They were elected before.
All right, welcome. If you would please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Amy, would you take roll call, please?
Mrs. Tolby?
Here.
Mr. Gilbert?
Here.
Mr. Detzel?
Here.
Mr. Heather?
Here.
Mrs. Slattery?
Here.
I'd like to start with our mission statement. The Northwest Local School District will create a responsive learning community where all students are valued, challenged, and guided along a pathway to success. And we need a motion and a second to approve the agenda for this evening.
So moved.
Second.
That passes 5-0. Nancy, do we have a student achievement report tonight?
Yes, we do. Lindsay sent over a few things for me. The first group we would like to recognize is from Colerain Middle School. And these are students that earned a special breakfast at the CMS Cardinal Cafe. And they were rewarded through the Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports Program, or PBIS. And this program focuses on teaching and reinforcing positive behaviors through rewards. And we have 55 students to recognize for achieving in this program. So if you come across these students, please congratulate them for being beacons of light at their school. Good behavior and positive attitudes are definitely contagious and spread to other people in your classroom. So it's a wonderful thing that they're doing. And the students are Kennedy Roper, Nade Ada Diop, Raul Perez Agalian, Mia Matan, Sabian Kanath, Rylan Berman, Aiden Thomas, Elijah Phillips, Kyrie Williams, Jonathan Lawson, Riley Bostick, Sayana Rivera Williams, Braylon Dunham, London Green, Christopher Lawson, Jayla Armstrong, Ariana Forte, Callie Clippert, Alana Hines, Macy Trotter, Alejandra Cruz, Olivia Jones, Ivana Amenvauer, Kimaya Starks, Kirsten Moore, Rashad Robinson, Caleb Craig, Aliyah Keith, Landon Miller, Catherine Udry, Christopher Ziegler, Lamaya Williams-Pugh, Rico Taylor, Tomalia Lepford, Trinity Irvin, Dylan Maddock, Evan Young, Ezriah Robinson-White, Katie Gill, Lilianda Lindner, Ariana Dunlevy, Brooklyn Brown, Jessica Len, Kyle Jewell, Tyler Collins, Haley Friel, Nicholas Sprecher, Donate Williams, Demilo Henley, Alexandra Logan, Chloe Burkhardt, Lloyd Dixon, Ellie Lawson, Kylie Gears, and Andrew Bishop. So I hope they continue to let their light shine and inspire other people to achieve what they have. Next up, we have some artists to recognize from Struble Elementary. This was the 5th grade art club that's led by Chris O'Connell. And these students submitted entries for the PTA Reflections program. And the participants in the program were Caitlin Runk, Samantha Burkhart, Cameron Cox, Serenity Johnson, and Timothy Lawson. Timothy Lawson received an honorable mention for his artwork at the district level of the competition. So please congratulate all of these artists when you see them for sharing their creativity with us. Montford Heights Elementary School held a spelling bee for the 4th and 5th graders on January 5th. The bee went for a grueling 17 rounds before Caitlin Schoenberger became the queen bee, winning the competition. This allows her to compete in the regional online competition, so please be sure to congratulate Caitlin on an awesome job. And last but not least, we have Struble Elementary's Multicultural Club. They had presented an event back in November that allowed students to showcase what they had learned about their culture to their fellow students and to their parents. And each student created a PowerPoint presentation demonstrating food, dance, songs, environment, traditions, and languages of their culture. Some students brought the culture to life by performing a cultural dance, a song, or speaking in their native language. The group led by Mrs. Diane Israel consists of Aiden Burke, Adriana Nance, London Gardenshire, Chase Stoico, Hadley Swafford, Abraham Rojas, Amy Seck, Leanne Lackey, Mackenzie Soika, Xavier Dawson, Aubriella Riesenberg, Ruby Prechter, Cameron Hunter, Santino Strader, Brayton Stuckoff, Miriam Lutfia, Dallas Inman, and Asher Ranford. So thank you to these students for expanding everyone's knowledge of the other cultures and participating in the activity. And that's all we have for tonight.
All right, let's give them all a big round of applause. Congratulations. Thanks, Nancy. Jim, do we have anything for Butler
Yeah,
Tech?
just a couple of things. Just, I know that it's the time for everybody to sign up for the classes that they're looking for. They got another week to go. On a sad note, the auto collision, they closed it out because there was no other kids that were interested in taking it. So what we're doing is we're taking an auto collision area and repurposing it to welding for another 50 spots. That should be done by next year. Just give you an example, that we had 150 applicants for welding last year. This year, we're already up to 285. So it's a big area that, you know, that the industry is coming to us saying, hey, we need all these kids, we need all these welders. So we've listened to them, so we're gonna have another 50 spots next year for them to replace the auto collision. And other than that, our aviation we got the architects approved for that, and the expansion should open in August of '26. So that's up at Hookfield in Middletown. Other than that, that's it.
Thank you. Chris, legislative update?
Nicole, I've got one of the more interesting things that I think I've ever read, and I'm just going to read the news story from a Capitol News reporter, and I have figured out the cost. Nobody's explained where the money would come from, but it's significant. A group of Ohio State lawmakers introduced a new bill on Monday that would give students cash rewards for high attendance in school, good grades, and successful graduation. House Bill 38, co-sponsored by Republican House Majority Bill Seitz, who's my representative. I'm kind of surprised. The bill would do this, would award kindergartners, ninth graders, and those who graduate high school cash awards. These awards include, for example, $250 to every participating student who graduates high school, $500 if they graduate with a 3.0 GPA. For kindergartners and ninth graders, $150 at the end of each quarter for those who have an attendance rate of 90% or higher. They're going to start with a pilot program in 2024. The cost to the Department of Education would be, and this is only 2 schools where they're going to try it, up to $250,000 in 2024. Now in Ohio, there's 3,136 public schools. So if they're only doing a quarter of them, that's 784. You times that by $250,000, and that comes out to $98 million, as if we don't have, or have a lot of extra money lying around. Participating schools must have chronic absenteeism in the highest quarter in the state, so that's how you qualify to be in that top quarter. And all the schools must have a participating group and then a control group, so they can compare to see what the benefits are. Now, the good news is the bill has not passed the House. It's only in committee, nor has it gone to the Senate, nor has it been signed by the governor. But to me, this is like paying somebody, a criminal, not to rob a bank. I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. But that's been all over the news, and that's all I got.
So school districts need money, can't get it, but vouchers and kindergartners can get
Ninth graders, graduates, and kindergarten.
it. And vouchers, yes. All right, very good. All right, thank you. Makes sense. All right, do we have any reports from employee organizations?
We actually do. We have 2 people here tonight. They're part of a program that Susan is leading called Aspiring Leaders. So Susan is going to intro the program, and then they're going to share some of their experience in the program.
So, good evening. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here this evening with 2 of our aspiring leaders, Amy and Victoria. And I will also be reading a statement from Kelsey Frederick in a little bit, just because she wasn't able to attend. We established the Aspiring Leader Program to really serve as a pipeline as development for future administrators. We have a lot of amazing talent in our district, and so we really wanted to be able to network with our incredible teachers who have expressed interest in leadership roles, provide them with some opportunities that they'll be able to talk with you more about, and then just fundamentally recognize, again, that extraordinary talent. So first we'll start with a statement from Kelsey, and then Victoria and Amy have agreed very kindly to represent the cohort. So being involved in the Aspiring Leaders Program has been rewarding, both professionally and personally. Not often does any employee from any field receive so much dedicated support and exposure to career pathways as they begin to consider what's next, let alone the time to reflect and consider our own unique skill set that has provided us success in our careers thus far. Hearing from each administrative expert that is already a part of our Northwest Local School District family is invaluable. And those conversations have made me a better teacher and more knowledgeable employee of the district. In addition, being able to learn alongside others in the district has been equally fulfilling as we share our experiences and connect through our inquiry. Overall, this opportunity has provided our members with growth that is personalized yet self-guided and an attempt to discover what options we may be interested in considering for the future.
I'm going to echo a lot of what she said. It's been a great program just in building relationships, learning more about the district, and the leaders of the district who do such a wonderful job, and we are learning what they're doing and how they're doing it, and it's a great way for us to learn about the district and what the expectations are in the district. It's great to help us support our own career paths if we're not really sure what those career paths are going to be yet. We've heard from a lot of different people, and we get to learn different aspects. We get a lot of expert ideas and advice, and we sit down and have one-on-one conversations. We bounce ideas off of people that we may have or misconceptions, and just the learning curve has been unbelievable. We get a lot of growth and support for our future. Susan has been wonderful. She has helped us along the way in so many ways. We can send her an email, give her a call, and she is always there to help and support us. And we are still kind of in the middle of this program, so I know that she is going to continue that support, but we have felt that support with all of the people who have met with us so far. They've been so wonderful and just helping and talking to us and taking questions from us and really helping to guide us. So it's been a wonderful experience so far.
I would agree with all of that. We've had the chance to meet with some of our administrative office people, and being able to hear what they do behind the scenes, because we're in the buildings all day, and it's the mysterious AO. So it's neat to hear all the things that happen within those different offices and the different roles. Some of us do have licensure to become leadership, and so it's been interesting to hear how the different people in our committee have felt about moving into leadership, the hesitations, the questions that we've had. It's been really eye-opening. I agree, Susan has been monumental in helping us. We've gone through our book study, and we've learned quite a bit, and so it's exciting to see what comes.
Thank you for sharing your experiences and being part of the cohort, because they actually, they sell themselves short because they actually applied and were accepted into it. So there was leadership already seen in them before they actually got to that point. So kudos for taking the step.
Are you assigned a mentor then at that
That's
point?
what I was going to ask.
Are you assigned a mentor then?
I think Susan is mentoring all of us. There's only 6 or 7 of us.
Okay.
It's a very small group.
How long is the program that you guys are in?
1 year.
Oh, wow, okay, for the whole year. Awesome. On top of everything else that you both do, I already know. Thank
I
you.
enjoy it.
Yeah,
so
Thank
it's been
you.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great.
Very good. Thank you, guys. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
the update. And I did not receive any community comments tonight.
We will continue with the consent items, and we'll continue with Susan.
So we seek approval for the following: 3 resignations, 1 retirement, 3 initial appointments, 1 change in status, and various supplemental items.
We only have 1 vendor contract for tonight for special education.
So with that, the superintendent recommends the board approve the consent items as listed.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Questions? Passes 5-0. Amy?
Good evening. We have the minutes from our last board meeting of our organizational, the tax budget, and our regular meeting minutes to dispense with reading of and approve, as well as our December financials. Our all funds balance was $77.7 million, and our general fund unreserved balance was $33.3 million. Our revenues are $51.9 million, or 47% halfway through the year, and our expenditures were $57.9 million, or at 49% through December. Our investment average rate of return is 3.94%, and our list of monthly bills were our routine monthly bills, as well as we had some bus and building cameras and radios that were purchased, and we have a return of a overpayment from Hamilton County that we needed to refund from second half advances. So with that, and some auxiliary and grant fund payments that were paid. So with that, I ask the board to approve the fiscal consent items as listed.
Awesome. Thanks, Amy.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or discussion?
Amy, the interest rate, you said it was 3.98%. In the past, it's been over 4. Are interest rates dropping? Or is there a reason for that?
Slightly, but no, it's just laddering, and
Oh.
long-term investments are
Short-term.
shorter than
Okay.
short. So as things mature and then what comes available, those longer ones aren't as high as short-term, so.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, passes 5-0. Thanks, Amy. Daryl?
All right, so just a quick update. Obviously, one of the things that's on everybody's mind has been weather, and especially with the forecast for tomorrow. So just wanted to acknowledge that as inclement weather approaches, we keep an eye on that. We obviously had a situation last week where we had to delay school because of the cold temperatures. With aging buildings, there are additional concerns that come along with that. So that delay was due to the temperatures, as well as the fact that we had our boiler for Colerain L and Colerain Middle that had gone out the night before, and so our maintenance were in early that morning trying to get it up and running. We had some blowers that still weren't working, so we took some extra time that morning to make sure all the rooms were adequately climate controlled for especially Colerain Middle, because it was having some issues the day before. So we obviously have some weather predicted for tomorrow, so we're going to keep an eye on that. We typically try to make that call at or before 5 a.m. so that we can notify our families if it's something that we don't have confirmation of the night before, because weather people have tended to be wrong in the past, and so we wait until that morning to make that final call. We also want to take a moment and thank our custodians and our maintenance crews, because on those mornings, they are out early, double checking the buildings. If there is snow or ice, they're checking the lots, they're plowing them, they're salting, they're getting everything up and running. Our transportation department is getting in there early to start and warm up the buses, as well as sometimes driving the roads to see if it's safe for a bus. So we have a large team that kind of helps support that process, and we appreciate all of them who do that work starting as early as 3 to 4 a.m. So we'll continue to watch the weather and make adjustments if we need to, and as always, we will try to communicate as soon as possible. Like I said, we try to make that call by 5 a.m. at the latest. Anything I missed, Chris?
That sums it up.
All right. The other half of the weather team.
Thank you. Board member comments? Chris, you want to start?
No comments from me other than appreciate what you guys have done to get the buildings warm. I have a patient who teaches at a Northern Kentucky school district, and their test for whether or not to close a school is the superintendent goes into each building, and if they can see his breath, they close it. If they can't, they keep it open. So I hope you're a little more scientific.
Yeah, we try to be.
I don't have any comments to.
Nancy?
I think the program that they talked about, the Aspiring Leaders, is really a great program, it sounds like. And it's great to see that you take the time to develop the current talent that you have and help them move on to future positions.
Great.
Yeah, just what Nancy said, Amy, Victoria, and Kelsey for sending in, and thank you, Susan, for mentoring those that are interested in advancing their careers and their vocation.
I just want to again congratulate all the students that have had success with the spelling bee and the PBIS and being recognized for their hard work. And thank the teachers, and again, transportation and maintenance, and just ask for parents to be patient as everyone tries to work together to make decisions around whether we have school or not. So, and that's all. Thank you.
The last thing is an executive session. So this would be to move into executive session for matters required to be kept confidential by federal law or regulations to state statutes, including FERPA. Superintendent recommends the Board of Education approve the motion to move into executive session as listed.
So moved.
Second?
Yeah, it passes 5-0. Just a reminder, we will go to executive session. No further business will be discussed when we return. Thank you.